Hi, today we're connecting with Nicholas. He's the executive director at the Marine Education Initiative. Their vision is to educate and inspire youth to preserve marine ecosystems for the future. And they have actually been fighting food security for years, but just got into aquaponics and commissioned a new system just a few weeks ago.
So the organization was founded in 2007. It grew since then. Mainly it was focused on ocean conservation. So educating underprivileged kids about the marine environment using the sport of fishing. That was really a good attention grabber for a lot of those kids. We taught them about marine conservation through fishing. And then in addition to that, we had another program where we went to local fishing tournaments and collected already caught fish from the fishermen in the tournaments. And then our team would go in and fillet the fish and donate them to soup kitchens. So we never imagined doing aquaponics or raising an aquaponic system or fish and lettuce together. About last year is when it happened. And we didn't think we were going to go into that beforehand. We knew a lot about it. We researched it a lot. I thought it was really cool, but we never actually figured we would go into it. So then COVID hit, and then a lot of fishing tournaments were canceled. So we're like, hey, how do we donate more meals to individuals during this tough time? Because a lot of those soup kitchens weren't receiving sustainable meals every week, or even fresh meals for that sake, every week. So then I got in contact with a couple people, and we got our system up and running. And yeah, now the community is loving it, and it's going very well.
Wow. So, I mean, it really was a kind of COVID pivot or a COVID decision to just directly, approach food security there. Tell us about just the community around you and either, just why is food security an issue there or?
Yeah. So in South Florida, we have a bunch of soup kitchens that we've supported in the past with our fishing tournament program. And what they were lacking before was a high quality source of protein. Okay. So that's kind of why we had our fishing tournament program. And then transitioning more into this, we realized that, hey, with the fishing tournament program, we were only donating about, I think it was 1,000 pounds per year. And that's just fish too. It's not lettuce and other vegetables as well. So then we realized with this other program, with this aquaponics program, we're able to donate around 10 times more meals than we did with our other initiative.
Okay.
So that's really the main reason why we decided to act upon it, because we saw like we were able to impact more people. While it was a little bit of an increase in expenses, it was still more worth it because we're able to 10x our impact.
Yeah. What is your vision at Marine Education Initiative?
Yes. So the vision really is to educate as many children and underprivileged youth as possible about marine conservation. I mean, when you think about it, they are the next generation. So we really have to educate them about what's going on in our current environment and show them the responsible techniques. Even if they want to go out and fish and have fun, we're showing them that there's a way to do it responsibly, not go and kill every fish in the ocean or in the lake. So that's really our vision, is education. And we're also tying that into the aquaponics program. So we have kids in our education programs coming into the aquaponics center. We had actually a school group yesterday come in, and they were just astonished by everything. We did the water quality test and everything. Wow. They loved it. We didn't have enough tests to do for each kid because each kid wanted to do one. So no, there's a huge community buy-in with what we're doing here. We've seen a lot of funders come forth as well.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of followers that are involved in the nonprofit and realm. What are ways that you have just approached the community on just the new project and your vision with aquaponics?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the best way, of course, is bringing them to the actual facility.
Yes.
Once you have it up and running. But before that, it's a little bit of a tough situation because it's hard to sell some people on something that doesn't exist yet. So we had to show them all this casework that we did before, the research that we've done, and just really go to different foundations that we had contacts at already and approach them. So the Exo Stop Hunger was actually a big supporter of what we were doing, and they love what we're doing too. So yeah, the main way of us, like how we reached out to other individuals, was really through word of mouth, bringing them by the center. So we were able to tell them about it beforehand, but once they saw the actual center, they loved it. So that's really the easiest way to grab someone's attention, is bringing them to the facility.
Yeah, and a big part of your vision is the fish protein as well as the leafy greens and whatever else you grow.
Yeah, right now it's mainly the greens because we're still cycling the system, but hopefully pretty soon we'll have the fish protein.
What type of fish will you have?
Right now we're looking at blue Nile tilapia.
Okay, great. What were some of the, I mean, the hesitations in just jumping right in to just a new project, one in the middle of a pandemic, but what were some of the things that kind of just came to the table, and what was that hurt? What made that jump?
Yeah, I mean, well, of course, the obvious reason, the entry barrier to entry really is funding, right? So there is a big startup cost associated with aquaponics, of course, if you have a larger scale aquaponic system. So that's one of the barriers to entry. The other barrier was Florida. The environment isn't 100% suitable for aquaponics. Very high humidity. So we had a little oops earlier in the system because we didn't factor in how humid Florida was outside, because our facility is indoors in a warehouse. So we thought we were good, but we weren't. So we had to buy a dehumidifier that we didn't factor into in the beginning, which wasn't that expensive, but still it's important for the plant health. Before it was like 90% humidity, now it's like 55. So it's a big decrease, and that really saved us. But yeah, no, the barrier to entry really for us was funding. Also, we had different advisors for aquaponics and agriculture and aquaculture. We had both coming into it. So that helped us a lot. Our advisors showing us how to do an aquaponic system, or just different parts of an hydroponic system and an aquaculture system. So definitely lack of knowledge was a barrier to entry for most of our team and me, because we didn't know much about it. We haven't run an aquaponics farm before. We're learning pretty fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say funding and lack of knowledge to begin with.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What has been some highlights just when did you commission the system? About 3 weeks ago, or
late January?
Late January. Okay. What have been some of the highlights in either the building process or the turning on the water? What has kind of brought joy?
Yeah, well, definitely when the system was finished, that was great. And then just seeing everything come together. I was most excited when I first started the seeds sprouting, or saw them sprouting in the nursery. That was really cool to see. Because honestly, I haven't been known to have a green thumb before. I've been a fisherman. So again, we didn't know much about aquaponics. I was like, hey, actually, I know I grew something.
Right.
So it was pretty cool to see that. And yeah, just now, I mean, the lettuce heads are pretty big. So it's looking great.
And is your whole team involved?
Yeah, we have about 3 people coming in every other day. So we actually don't need to really spend a lot of time in the system. It's about maybe 3 hours a day. Even that's a lot. But when we harvest, that takes a while, and transplant and everything, that takes a while. But yeah, about 3 people helping out.
Yeah, great. What are some of your kind of visions for the future, especially as things kind of just change and you can have visitors and you can be involved in things like that and community outreach? And what are some of your visions? What gets you excited?
Yeah, so we're actually having a lot more community members come into the center. Of course, socially distanced and everything, of course. But we're having more community groups come in, like school groups, Rotary clubs, that kind of thing. Sororities, fraternities come in and volunteer. That's what we're really looking forward towards with the harvesting, because we're going to be harvesting every Friday. So we're having those groups come in and learn about aquaponics and have them actually deliver the meals to those soup kitchens. We're going to be donating to 2 soup kitchens right now in Boca Raton, Florida, and West Palm Beach, Florida. But yeah, we're really looking towards that, and also expanding the system eventually. But that also comes with the funding, right? So to secure the funding first in order to get a larger system or a larger facility. So yeah, this is really just a pilot program for us, and it's been going very well so far, and everyone's pretty impressed with what we've done in the community so far.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah, I think the more people that can just go and, like you said, test the water and, go home with a head of lettuce, and
we can't give it to them yet, but if they want to start their own system, we can teach them.
Yes, yeah, that's good. Why do you think aquaponics is just important for food security? Like, how do you see that just playing a big part?
Yeah, so actually, well, first of all, it's a sustainable source of food, right? So like I was saying, we harvest our lettuce every Friday. Whereas if you're working with another company or something, they only donate maybe once a month. Usually they don't donate every week, or they don't have sustainable and fresh meals to give you.
Yeah.
So most soup kitchens, they receive canned meals, bread, basically everything that a restaurant didn't want, or their leftovers, they get for food banks really in soup kitchens. So aquaponics is really a way to provide communities with fresh, sustainable meals that are healthy as well. So that's one of the main benefits. And also what we're trying to do with one of our partners in the Bahamas actually now, they're going to be doing a hydroponics system, not aquaponics, but they're hoping to get to that eventually. Yeah. So they're going to be actually feeding the local community in downtown Nassau with a hydroponic system. And that community doesn't have a soup kitchen, so they don't have a central place of getting free food. So this is a way for those individuals to basically farm their own dinner. So,
yeah. How are you partnered with them?
Yeah, so we provided some of the funding to get them off the ground, but more so we're looking to get into the aquaponic side. We told them if your hydroponic thing goes well, we'll jump in with you and help you with the aquaponic system.
Yeah, great. And how do you see, I mean, just with your initial vision with Marine Education Initiative, how do you see aquaponics benefiting the oceans or just marine biology? Do you see a connection there or?
Yeah, a little. So what we're trying to do really is spark children's interest in fish or in the ocean or in marine ecosystems.
Yes, that's good.
So that really is the tie-in. The fact that everything is on water. It's pretty cool for the kids to see because they're used to seeing plants in soil in a garden. So the key for us is really sparking their interest, making that initial connection with the kids to fish into the marine environment and showing them that, hey, this actually happens. This cycle actually happens in wildlife. We're just doing it in a warehouse. So we're actually working on a mural in the warehouse right now of a natural ecosystem and showing them the nitrogen cycle.
Oh,
so
great.
The fact that it actually happens in the natural environment, and really just serving as an educational piece.
Yeah. So you have already some formal kind of programs set up for visitors and for the community and schools and
big time.
Yeah, great.
Still working on it though. You always
yeah. That's so exciting. Yeah. What do you envision the next few years looking like just for your whole initiative?
For the whole organization?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're always trying to grow and expand. So we have programs right now, Nassau, Bahamas, Abaco, Bahamas, Miami, Florida, Boca Raton, Florida, and I think the Virgin Islands as well. But in terms of the whole organization, we changed our logo to green now.
Great.
So we're already including aquaponics in there. So we're really hoping this will be a great flagship program for us and really will bring us to the next level. Because before we were always ocean based and we didn't really factor into the fact that we could deliver food through aquaponics. We've never thought of that.
Yeah.
So right now we're really trying to scale this aquaponics initiative because it really ties into the educational programs that we're working on. So this is really going to be a core factor of the organization. But yeah, in 3 to 5 years time, our goal is to really donate over 100,000 meals per year within 3 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. We hope you reach that.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, we hope you reach that. Yeah. It's a great goal to have. How do you see just education fitting as a key role in just the next generation and the future?
Yeah, I mean, again, they're the next generation, right?
Yeah.
So the easiest way to educate kids is hands-on activities. That's why we call it our responsible angling education program. We use fishing as a way to educate the kids because no middle school student or early high school student wants to learn about marine conservation or science or water quality. They want to the kids don't know about pH or nitrate or ammonia. They want to see the fish. They want to see the plants. They want to get their hands dirty, right? So that is really the best way to educate the kids. So we've seen, but it's going to play a key factor, especially in STEM education and this kind of education with hands-on learning about sustainable agriculture, because that's going to be really important in the future. So really, it's all about involving the kids with hands-on activities, getting them involved in STEM, which is highly important right now, especially in job markets. So that's really what we're trying to do, just bring the kids more into engineering, math, science, and also eventually through this program, we're hoping to offer workforce training opportunities.
Great.
So we actually have alumni from our programs. And again, it started in 2007. So we have a good amount of alumni. So we're hoping to bring the alumni back and hire them to work on the farm as well, to hopefully advance their career.
Yeah, great. Yeah, sounds amazing. You have a lot on your plate.
Yeah, it's a 3-pronged plan, but
that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. How can people help?
Yeah, the easiest way, I mean, if you're in South Florida, come and see the system, come volunteer. But if not, you can sign up online, read our social media pages, look at the posts, keep up with what's going on with the aquaponics system. But really the best way is, of course, financial contributions. Like I said, we're a nonprofit. We're not selling any of this, any of the things we're producing. So really the easiest way to support is through financial contributions.